We are live. We are live, people. The reclusive artist, 33 in the flesh, football news, football daily chats. Let me know if you can hear me, people. Let me know if you can hear me. Yes, I believe people can hear me. Man, football will hurt you, man. Football will hurt you. If you're a Newcastle or Chelsea fan, football will hurt you, man. Y'all thought you can make the finals? No, sir. Chelsea are washed. So are Newcastle. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Listen, man, we'll talk about City and Arsenal in a few, but we gotta dissect Man United's news first because we're a Man United fan base. I'm a Man United fan. You know, I gotta dissect these motherfuckers. No, boom, boom. First off, man, Ineos have announced that they have a 350 million pound investment for United in the summer, the transfer market summer next season. 350 million pounds. Now, this is good money. It's great money, especially rebuilding the midfield, getting some new wing backs and wingers. It's great money. It all depends on the manager, though. Who will be the permanent manager? I believe, Carrick has done ex- extremely enough to be considered a candidate for the permanent manager job. And I also believe that if Carrick can get once Carrick gets us top four, which he will, he should be permanent manager. He should. Like there's less of a risk having Carrick as a manager. He's very technical. He's English, which helps. He's an ex-player for the club, which also helps because he understands their identity and he understands the how should you say the spirit and the hunger. As a player. Now as a manager, he can transform. He can transparent that same energy to the youth players and the up and coming senior teams. But yeah, 350 is good money, man. It's good money. I want a character just at least be given 200 M's if he gets a permanent manager job. Then watch him cook because I believe these last three games, you know, against two of the two title contenders in Arsenal and City, and the last game we had now we won 3-2 against Fulham. He's proven himself as an extreme technician and a person that can adapt to the game depending on how it goes for us, whether we're losing or whether we're winning. He knows how to adapt, make the right substitutions. And, I just believe that the permanent job is between three people. And I'll explain that real quick. It's between three people. Luis Enrique, Michael Carrick, and Julian Nagelsmann, the German manager. Who put Julian Nagelsmann there? Well, the media put him there because he is a potential candidate. Now, Nagelsmann is a risk because he's German, never coached in the Premier League, and he's probably he hasn't coached in club football in the last 5 seasons or 3 seasons. I don't know how long he's been German manager for, but he hasn't adjusted to the club football in cup competition or in the Premier League competition in recent memories right now. And I think if Luis Enrique becomes a permanent manager, it'll also be a risk, but he's an experienced club winning manager who's just won the Champions League, who's won trebles, who knows how to coach big personalities. And I believe that if Luis Enrique comes through to Old Trafford, man, it'll be a very good, be a very good day for us. Very good day. It'd be a very good signing, but it's another risk because he plays possessional football in a league where most teams are playing possessional football. Most teams are playing in the low block position. And I honestly believe that if Enrique comes in, he'll sign worldies, the world's best players with that 350 mil that Ineos are investing. And Enrique has experience coaching these big Maverick players, and he has he has no problem selling players who don't fit his system, aka Bruno Fernandez, aka Diego Dalot, Amram's cousin, aka Big Body Shaw, Luke Shaw. He has no problem selling these guys. And that's why, a part of me wants Enrique, because there's rumors that Carrick wants Rashford back, which is, I don't know what's Carrick got plans for Marcus Rashford, because Rashford's trash. I don't care what anyone says, man. Like, he could be doing 2 assists or 3 goals at Barcelona, which he hasn't done. He's probably got more assists than he has goals, but Rashford's just not decisive enough. And for what we're building towards the future, we're trying to build a team that wants to win the league. Rashford's just not one of those players that have the ambition, nor the technical skill, nor the tenacity to even get us in the title conversation, let alone in the room. So between those three managers, I'd say Carrick is number one as it stands. Luis Enrique number two, and then Nagelsmann probably number three. I don't think we'll get Nagelsmann, but it seems like it's between Enrique and Carrick. And I wouldn't mind Carrick being a permanent manager. He ticks all the boxes in terms of basic fundamentals. I would be through the moon if Enrique is the manager, because he's just that world class. He's just that guy, man. He'll get you. He's a guaranteed trophy magnet. He'll win you trophies, guaranteed. How does he do in the league? We'll have to see. We just will have to see, man. But we gotta talk about Kobe Maino's form. My young man Kobe has been freed of the shackles of scammering. We will not mention his name here in this channel. He's banished. He's dead to me, man. That guy put him in shackles, not playing him for an entirety of a season. And in 3 games where he's starting back to back, outstanding performance against Arsenal, outstanding performance against Main City, and an even better performance against Fulham. Defensively sound, keeps possession well, creates chances. The man and the kid has a future in this club. And I believe, whoever is the permanent manager should give him a contract extension, just so that he understands that his place in the team is solidified. It already is solidified, but we need to sign another midfielder, or probably two more midfielders, sell Bruno Fernandes, and put Kobe Mano in his rightful position in midfield, which is central attacking midfield. And Enrique and Carrick can see these fundamentals in Kobe's game, and I believe Kobe himself is better in the final third than as a holding number 8 midfielder. You can debate with your mama. I'm just speaking facts. Now Kobe is very young, probably under 25 years old, so he still has time to even develop. And under Carrick and Enrique, possibly those are two managers that can develop him and make him better. Carrick has worked with him in the youth academy when he was coaching in the youth academy back when Ollie was the coach. So he understands what Kobe needs to shine. He understands what Kobe needs to, be the best. And so, people, I believe that um, you know, Kobe is someone we need to keep utilizing and keep improving. And the more games he keeps starting, the more he'll improve, the more he'll get better for his match fitness and his match level of IQ. He's just gonna get better as time goes on. And Kobe, the sky's the limit for Kobe at this moment, man. He's got a manager that trusts in him. He's in a squad that really rates him as a player. He's in a system that suits him as a player, and he's just more comfortable in the midfield. Even though he's not an 8, he's a 10. So, we just need to sign that 350 million. We need to sign a midfielder, a winger, and probably two more fullbacks, you know. I'd prefer us sorting out the midfield first. Let's just sign two midfielders and add them, in what's his kid's name, man? What's this kid's name? Adam Wharton, yeah, and Carlos Baleba, yeah, Carlos Baleba and Adam Wharton. If we can sign those two midfielders as starters, we'll have more depth in the midfield, and Kobe can just shine in the cam as if Bruno Fernandes leaves. We need Bruno Fernandes to go, and Casemiro seems like he's gonna be going to Los Angeles, LA Galaxy. It's a good move for Cas. I personally don't want him to leave. I think that Ineos should offer him a wage cut and keep him for maybe two more seasons just to build up the experience in the midfield. And he'll be a very good rotational player. Cas is still a very important key factor in the modern game. There's not a lot of people. There's not a lot of players that have the same profile as Casemiro in the modern game. So I believe we need to keep him. But I'm not mad if we sell him because of the wage cut. We're trying to balance the wage bill also. So selling him and Bruno Fernandes is what's best for the future of the squad. That's just my opinion. Let me know what y'all think in the chat. Honestly, Cus leaving is good and bad. It's good for our wage bill, but it's bad because we won't find another profile of Cass in modern day football. I'm just being real. Maybe an Adam Wharton and Carlos Baleba, but they don't have the experience that Casemiro has. That's why I think keeping him and offering him a wage cut and keeping him as an experienced player to help us in cup games, in games where we can rest Adam Wharton or Carlos Baleba possibly, he can really shine. He's been shining the last three games. So I don't know this age thing of Casemiro's too old and that he should leave football before football believes him. Jamie Carragher owes Casemiro an apology. That Liverpool scrub owes him an apology because Jamie Carragher has done nothing in his career for him to even talk to Casemiro the way he used to talk to Casemiro. So, he owes Cas an apology and he needs to kiss his ass legit starting from now on. Because the run that Casemiro is on, you'll never see Jamie Carragher doing any of those things. He's just an Englishman with no tech, just a tackler and a passion merchant, man. He ain't even played for his national team. That's when you know. When you ain't never been called for a national team, that's when you know you are ass. You are ass. So Jamie Carragher needs to just allow it, bro. Needs to allow it. Matisse Cunha has been in tremendous form, excellent form. I think he's the person that should be taking Bruno Fernandez's position. And although him and Bruno have been showing that they can play together, I just think in games against bigger teams in Europe, when we qualify for Champions League, they're gonna clash. You can't play two Mavericks going forward. You just can't. If you want to play two Mavericks, make sure they're in two different positions. One Maverick in the midfield, CM role, one Maverick as a striker or as a winger. That they just can't be two cams as Mavericks playing in the attack. It makes it imbalanced. And Cunha's been on a run. That goal he took against Fulham, great finish, spectacular finish. We barely see goals like that in Premier League or even in the modern game. So I know he's a proper striker. He had his bad form because he was playing games in starting games with Fernandez, and the system with Scammerum system just wasn't allowing him to be playing the way he's playing now. Now with Carrick, we're more direct in the attack. The build up is more set. Defensively structured, we're better, and we're putting Cunha in a rifle great position, left wing, or not right wing. So it's great for Cunha. Mackenzie, what's up, Mackenzie? Can you hear me, my brother? Let me know if you can hear me, man. Shout out to Mackenzie, man. My guy, my G, my ninja. Yeah, okay. You can hear me, Mackenzie. How's your day going, Mackenzie? Let me know, man. Let me know how's your day going, Mackenzie. We're talking, the latest football news with Man United. I have just got up. Just woke up, Mackenzie. Hey man, play me on the background whilst you're brushing your teeth, bro. Whilst you're taking a dump. Play me on the background. You just gotta play me on the background, Mackenzie. You know what I'm saying? Because this is your your news outlet. You know what I'm saying, my dog? How's your injury, man? You healing up? You s- Did you? I heard. Remember we talked about you playing a game. Coming back from your injury. How did that game go? Let me know, my man. But yeah, man, Martis Cunha in tremendous form. Tremendous form. He's one of our star players, a pivotal, game-changing player. And if the more he keeps playing like this, he's just gonna build up his confidence because he's a game winner. He's the guy that wins us the game when it's a tight 2-2 or nil-nil game or 1-1 game. He's just that guy because Brian Mbemo, he scores goals, but he doesn't do enough off the ball. And Cunha does enough off the ball. Love the new headset. Shout out Mackenzie. I had to, upgrade for you, my guy. Number one fan. Had to upgrade for the fans. You know what I'm saying? So they can hear me loud and clear, my guy. But today I'm on my laptop. Usually on my other streams, you saw me on my phone. But yeah, I prefer the laptop. Really, it's just much more calmer, relaxed. I'm gonna get a live stream software so that I can create a background that's football related. Even though the background is not too bad, it could be better. We about evolving. You know what I'm saying, Mackenzie? My man, Mackenzie, bro. My man, Mackenzie, bro. So yeah, man, I'm happy with Cunha's form. I'm extremely happy. The hate that he was receiving was some bullshit. It really was some bullshit because out of all the players, this man is one of the most consistent, especially in the attacking threat. Do you have some FIFA ones? FIFA headsets? Yeah, I got like a big headset for like gaming because I'm a serious gamer, Mackenzie. Hey, gaming is healthy. Gaming practices your eye coordination, helps you with decision making in quick scenarios because that's what gaming is, man. You gotta think on your feet very quickly. That's just how gaming is, my G. Do you play FIFA, Mackenzie? If you do, what's your favorite FIFA? Don't tell me it's FC 26, bro, because that's some trash, bro. It's trash. I'm on about FIFA live stream for like gaming. All right, cool, man. It means you're whooping guys' ass on live stream, bro. FC 22. Oh, you see, that's the last great FIFA of this modern era, of the FC era. That's like the last great FIFA. My favorite FIFA is FIFA 12, bro. I just played it yesterday. It's peak. You should play FIFA 12. You should play all the old FIFAs prior to 21. So before 21, play all the old FIFAs. They're very nice because FIFA used to be about arcade. It used to be about gaming. Yeah. And then FC turned FIFA into Madden and NBA. Now it's not about gaming, it's about how realistic the game engine is, which I think is ridiculous. Gaming is not about realism, it's about fantasy. It's about having fun and just letting loose. And the arcade feeling that FIFA once had is gone. That's why FIFA or FC is just it's just not for me, my guy. But if you like FC 22, I fuck with FC 22. I think that's the last FIFA. I got everything. I got everything about FIFA. Shit, I wear FIFA guru. We got Mackenzie as a FIFA guru here. But yeah, man, Ganacho. Hey, listen, Chelsea fans. We didn't. The Chelsea fans and the Chelsea fan base are complaining about Alejandro Ganacho and saying that Man United ripped them off. Hey, you ripped us off with Mason Mount. Let's be real. You gave us a scrub. We gave you a scrub. So if anything, you hit a lick on us, we're gonna hit a lick on you too. That's just what happened. And we've been saying, at least me, I've been saying Garnacho's trash, even when he was playing for my team, even when he was scoring bicycle kicks, scoring goals in the FA Cup final. I've been saying Garnacho's waste because he just doesn't, he lacks the consistency, he lacks the technical ability, his decision making is poor, man doesn't even have a first touch. Like you can only see him score two goals, maybe in a cup game against a lower division team. But then when he goes up against City, when he goes up against Arsenal, like he did last night, he did shit. Did fuck all, bro. Alejandro Garnacho is what I knew he'd be, a scrub. And I'm glad he's not a part of my team anymore because we don't need scrubs. I don't want no scrub. You know that song? We don't want no scrubs. It's just that facts. Man United is on about signing Cole Palmer up in 2023. Mackenzie, listen, bro. I'll believe that once we sell Bruno Fernandes. Like, I'll be real. Cole Palmer suits the profile of the type of football we're playing, and under Michael Carrick, this man will peak. I don't necessarily think we need Cole Palmer because we have Kobe Mano, but like Palmer would be a definite, indefinite, um, a statement signing, telling the whole world that we're going for the league title because Cole Palmer has that world class ability in him. Problem is he lacks consistency in injuries, and with a system like Chelsea, he's very limited because he's playing with another cam in Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez is not a natural CM; he's a cam. So now when Cole Palmer plays in the cam against a team that hits a low block, he struggles. But when he plays in the wing against a team that plays a low block, he's just astounding, amazing. He's amazing, you know. Sorry about the 2023. Don't worry, Mackenzie. We make mistakes. We make mistakes, blood. But the Cole Palmer signing, listen, it's not a must. But if it lands, I'm not gonna complain. I'm not gonna complain. It's Cole Palmer. Like he's the last um proper serial gunman as a 10 in the Premier League under the right system. And under our system, you know, he'll peak. And it helps that Cole is actually from Manchester, born and bred in Manchester. So him coming to Manchester United like would be him going back home. And also he supported Manchester United as a child. So it's like him coming, it's like his dreams coming true playing for his childhood team, man. Because I tell you now, he didn't want to leave Manchester City. He didn't. Pep just said, listen, man, you can leave, but I don't want you to leave. Now, when someone tells you you can leave, but I don't want you to leave, it basically saying that we don't need you, but like we can keep you as a second option. And Cole Palmer's not those guys who say, I'll be happy sitting on the bench the whole season, coming on rotation. No, Cole is a maverick. He's a game winner. So he wants to start every game. That's why he left City. Didn't want to leave City. Didn't even want to join Chelsea. I'm telling you now, he did not want to join Chelsea. The money was there. They offered him a position where he'd be the top player in the team. He became the top player in the team. But as soon as the manager who signed him left, things changed. Things changed, man. Mackenzie, once you sign for a team and the manager who signs you leaves, you're not going to be happy because the other manager has different plans for you. That's just how football works. It's like Garnacho. Ruben Scamarim and Eric Ten Hag, they fancied Garnacho. But at the moment, a real coach comes in like Carrick, they're not gonna fancy a guy like Garnacho, like a technician like Carrick, and a person that's less technical. They're not gonna fancy Garnacho. Let's just be real, man. Now we need to speak about this Marcus Rashford potential return because I'm hearing that Carrick wants Marcus Rashford to come back to Manchester United once his loan contract is done at Barcelona. And listen, Carrick, you gotta slow down, young man. Listen, Carrick has done everything well, but like bringing back Marcus Rashford is not gonna help us at all. Maybe for rotation bench at best, but as you can see, he's a rotation bench player at Barcelona, and he's not doing anything even there. He comes on the game, barely does anything. Probably gives you a lucky assist against a low average team, but against Madrid, he had a chance to bury the game, missed. You see what I'm saying? Like he's not the same Marcus Rashford that we got when he was coming back from the youth academy. That Marcus Rashford was hungry, had something to prove, and was, a game changer. He got too much money, has nothing to prove, and his ambition is gone. So, Carrick, let's just move on from Rashford, please. Let's not bring back Marcus Rashford. We got a good manager so far. Yes, we do, Mackenzie. Mackenzie, Carrick, once he gets us top four, he should be the permanent manager. He should be the permanent manager. I wish our manager was Mr. Bean, lol. Sign language. I fuck with Mr. Bean, Mackenzie. That was my show back in the day, man. There's no other actor who can play Mr. Bean the way the man them. You know, I forgot his name, but the way that guy played Mr. Bean, there's no other actor that can play Mr. Bean the way he did, bro. I'm just keeping it real. No. What you mean, no? Yeah, bro. There's legit no other actor. No, I can't. You think you can play Mr. Bean, Mackenzie? Alright, fam. Alright, fam. Do an audition tape, miming and doing all sorts of those things. Then I'll believe you. I'll believe you. I'm not doubting your ability, Mr. Mackenzie, bro. But from how long we've known each other, you only know football. So if you're an actor, also, hey, let me know, my guy. If you can play Mr. Bean, shout out to you, Mackenzie. All round talent, football and acting. Hey, that's a destroyer, man. That's a destroyer, Mackenzie. But yeah, we don't need Rashford to come back. We just don't need it. It wouldn't make sense going forward in our attack. It wouldn't make sense going forward in our chase and to compete for the title. Even for Champions League, Rashford's not gonna is not gonna do anything for us. Like I think his relationship with the club is declining, and I just believe that he's not fighting for any position in United. He's not. He doesn't really care. I don't see him caring. Just don't. I'm an actor. I'm working for a carnival club. Carnival club is for circus and for freaks. Them man them like what you mean, bro? What you mean, my guy? Carnivals. So you're performing at a carnival as the actor, which is sick. You know, don't get me wrong, it's sick. There's stage acting, there's camera acting, you know, and then there's performance arts. What it sounds like to me that you're in performance arts, bro. Floats going around. So you're part of the team that does the floats. That's performance art, my guy. That's not acting. But I hear what you say. If you wanna do acting, join the drama club at your school. Because I know Mackenzie, you're young. You can still experiment with your talents. If you wanna do acting, join the drama club. I joined the drama club. Yeah, it made me a better actor, low key. So, because I'm besides the YouTube thing and being an amateur fighter, I'm also an actor. So hit me up, Mackenzie, man. We can do some workshops, man. Improve your acting, my guy. Make you play like Mr. Bean for real, my G. But yeah, we don't need Rashford. We don't. We don't need Marcus Rashford. Michael Carrick should not ask Marcus Rashford to return to Manchester United because it's gonna flop. It's gonna flop, bro. Like Rashford has had two loan spells, Aston Villa and Barcelona. That initially should tell you that he's got no ambition of playing for Manchester United. If you ever had two loan spells in the space of 2 years, you have no ambition to be playing for the current team that is paying you the cash. And Marcus Rashford is one of those players that is taking a lot from our wage bill. So selling him would also help our wage bill. I'm just saying. You know, we sold Anthony. Why not sell Marcus Rashford, bro? We can't keep this. We just can't keep this guy, bro. How long is he gonna be riding on? I'm an ex-youth player in Manchester United. How long is he gonna be riding on that? Like, yeah, bro, you gave us some nice moments against PSG, Arsenal, against City. Yeah, you gave us some nice moments, bro. But the whole season, where were you, bro? Like Marcus Rashford will give you 10 games straight, bangers. After those 10 games, gone, disappears the whole season. He's not consistent enough. I'm just saying. And Cunha is the number 10 now. So bringing back Rashford, you know, that would say something else for Cunha, like as if Cunha is not even a priority. So Carrick, please, you're watching this live, don't bring back Rashford. It's a bad idea, brother. Don't do it. Just don't do it. That's a carnival. Mackenzie, bro. Are you a carnival performance performer? Like are you a carnival performance art performer or are you an actor? It's two different things, bro. Sorry, my Wi-Fi went. No stress, Mackenzie. No stress. Happy you back, my guy. Happy you back, Mackenzie. Actor. All right, cool. So join the drama. If you're an actor, you want to act, join the drama team. Join the drama club at your school, bro. Do some plays, you know. Practice with some plays. practice with some monologues. That's how you become a better actor, basically. Who's your favorite actor, Mackenzie? My favorite actor of all time is Shia LaBeouf, the guy who played Sam Witwicky in Transformers. That's my guy. They don't do any. I'm in a special school. What you mean you're in a special school? Special needs? What? Special school, like public school, private school, Catholic school? Let me know. What do you mean by special school, bro? Yeah. Yeah, what? Catholic school? Special needs? Special needs. All right, cool, Mackenzie. Cool, bro. If you don't mind me asking, what is your special needs, bro? Do you have a condition that requires you to be special needs? Not, I'm not judging. I want to get to know you, Mackenzie. Let me know, my guy. If you're comfortable letting me know, let me know. ADHD and autism. All right, cool, man. I'm ADHD too. Ain't nothing to be ashamed of that. I'm not autistic, but I know autistic people are very smart, very intelligent. You must be very intelligent, bro. Tuesday was your birthday. Happy belated birthday, Mackenzie, man. Happy belated birthday, my G. I hope it was a blessed day. What you do on your birthday, bro? Let me know what you did on your birthday. City versus Arsenal final, Carabao final. How do I feel about this final? Listen, it's going to be another boring final. That's one thing I'll tell you. Like you should, if you see two English teams in a final, expect it to just be scrappy, 1-0, 2-1. Don't expect it to be an entertaining final because Arsenal are just gonna park the bus, you know, set up defensively well and just hope for a set piece. City are just gonna play possessional football, pass it along the lines, not even take any risks, blood. I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal wins 1-0. I wouldn't be surprised if City win 1-0 or 2-0. Either way, I don't really care about who wins this game. You know, went to the beach. Hey, nice, man, nice. Relaxing at the beach, bro. You know, but hey, man, it's good to know, man. It's good to know, bro. Went to the beach. How old? How old? What age did you turn, bro? It was horrible weather. Why'd you go to the beach then? Did you not check the weather before you go to the beach? You got to do that, Mackenzie. Check the weather in advance. You turned 14. Happy 14th birthday, Mackenzie. You're still young, my G. I'm 26, bro. I'm an old uncle to you. You one of my youngins, my favorite youngins, Mackenzie. Happy 14th birthday, my G. I'm funny. Yeah, bro. Most people who are autistic and who have ADHD are very funny. They're comedic. Their comedic timing is legit. You know, 6 or 7. What do you mean by 6 or 7, bro? You just said now that you turned 14. Why are you lying, Mackenzie? You turned 7 or 6. Let me know what you mean by 6 or 7. But yeah, happy belated birthday, my guy. Happy belated birthday, man. You always show up for these live streams, Mackenzie, bro. You're one of our loyal live streamers pulling up, man. So keep up the energy, Mackenzie. You're already a moderator, my guy. So you know how it is. When more people show up, which they will in the future, you you just be my moderator and just comment. And then if someone talks shit, you just get them out of there, bro. It's a meme. 6 or 7. Bro, you keep mentioning this 6 or 7 thing, bro. Even on the past lives, you were mentioning the 6 and 7, bro. That thing is dude, you're funny, bro. You're funny, Mackenzie, bro. You're funny. So, being at a special needs school, how different is it from a normal school? I've never met anyone that's been in a special needs school. So let me know, bro. How different is it from a normal school? Is it the same? Do you guys have the same programs? Let me know. Very different. Do you have Snap? I don't have Snapchat anymore. Deleted Snapchat long ago, my guy. I'm surprised Snapchat even exists. All right, the next news we got Madrid to make Endrick stay on loan at Olympiacos. Now there was rumors that Madrid wanted Endrick to come back seeing his great run of form at Olympiacos. And I believe Madrid was starving the young man. You know, they were trying to play the big stars, Mbappe, Vini, and Rodri. But listen, man, one has to go. And I believe, Mbappe is not a natural striker. I think he's a winger. Even though he scores goals as a striker, I think he's a natural winger. I think you're going to get the best version of Mbappe as a winger. But the problem is with Madrid and their Galactico team, they can't sacrifice one player up front. So Endrick should stay at Leon to build up his confidence, which he is. Assists and goals every week in a farmers league, by the way. But the Spanish league is also kind of like a farmers league. Let's be real, man. Let's just be real. So Endrick should just stay in Leon, build up his form. Oh, can you add me if you get it back? Of course, I'll add you, McKenzie, if I get it back. I doubt that I'm gonna get it back, but if the world turns sour on me and I have to change up my socials, it'd be crazy. What's your Instagram, McKenzie? You can follow me on Instagram at the Reclusive Artist 33. And then yeah, man, we'll link up on the Insta as if you have Insta. Yeah, man. So it's very different. That's what you're saying. Don't have it. All right, cool. Don't have it. Have you been to a normal school? Did you go to a normal school first before you went to a special needs school? Or have you always been at the special needs school? Let me know, Mackenzie. Because usually people who have special needs go to a normal school first and then they realize, okay, I'm very different here. Then they go to a school where it accommodates their needs better. That's just how I've recently seen it from people I've known who 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 have been to special needs school. I had a teacher, English teacher, who had a child that was special needs. Um, she said that he couldn't go to a normal school because they were bullying him, so he had to go to a special needs school. How was it for you, if you don't mind sharing, Mackenzie? No judgment here, blood. So yeah, man, I don't think Endrick should come back to Madrid. I think he should stay in Leon, build his confidence, build his form, and then hopefully come back and try and start for the Madridstas because, hey, man, Madrid signed him thinking that he was going to be the next R9, only to get loaned out, which is a sucker move in my opinion from Perez. So I honestly believe that Endrick has a future in Madrid, but unless Mbappe and Vinny keep playing, he's not gonna play, bro. If anything, like he shouldn't even come back to Madrid. He should just stay in Leon, sign with them permanently because nothing's gonna change, bro. Unless a new manager comes in, wants to shake up a few things. But we saw what Xavi Alonso did. He tried to pull up, shake up a few things in Madrid, and how did that work out for him? Tremendously bad. So, hey man, listen, just leave Madrid, youngster. Start your career off fresh. Stay in Leon. You're building up heat and momentum. The Leon fans love you, so stick to Leon, my guy. McKenzie. So we got Pogba being injured again, left out of the Monaco UCL team, which is a damn shame, man. Pogba's one of my favorite all-time midfielders, probably the last world-class midfielder in Man United. And these injuries have just hit him in a time where he needs it the most because he wants to get back in that French team for the World Cup. He definitely wants to. But like times like this where he's not playing, in the UCL where a lot of eyes are watching, it's a bad thing for his career right now. He's and I know why he's getting injuries because of the inactivity, and him being very tall, like 6'10", I think. Tall players always get a lot of injuries, and for Paul, he's had a lot of injuries in his career. He just came back from a ban, that almost destroyed his career. And it's unfortunate that he's out of the UCL squad because of this injury, but I think he'll be back. I think he'll make the French team because he's done enough in the French league. We haven't seen any extreme highlight reels, but he still has the technique, still has the ability to play that French midfield in the French World Cup, in the World Cup, excuse me. He can become a rotational player coming on, especially for dead legs in the World Cup. You know, I'm going for a shower. I'll be back in a minute, brother. No stress, Mackenzie. No stress. Go wash your balls, fam. Go wash your balls, fam. Yeah, man. Nah, bro. Paul being injured is very unfortunate for football. We need Paul Pogba, especially like players like Paul Pogba to be playing in football, especially in modern day football. We need players like Paul Pogba. We just don't have players like Paul Pogba anymore in modern day football. The distribution, the technique, the charisma, the swag, the sort of goals he scores. There's just no midfielder like him anymore. So it's sad that he's injured again. And hopefully he'll be back, man. Hopefully he'll be back. We got CR7 beefing with Al Nassr because of them lacking investments into the team and competing for the league. And this is classical CR7, man. Say what you want about the guy. He's a crybaby. Let's just be real. CR7 is the biggest crybaby in football. In period. Man complains about everything. Like Messi is the stoic, quiet guy at the back who will just show you that he can carry a team. CR7 is the star player who just complains when he doesn't have the players around him. And yeah, he'll show you some magic every once in a while, but this 30 this old age CR7 is crashing out, I believe. He's slowly crashing out, man. He didn't show up for 2 training sessions with the squad because he's beefing with the board. And also he has shares in the board, so he kind of owns half of the team, in my opinion. And also like the entertainment perspective and the entertainment value that he brings in the team, he feels like he has the power to be doing things like this. But as a player, you shouldn't be doing stuff like that because it shows a level of disrespect not only to the coach and the manager, but also to your teammates, saying that you're too good for them. Like, bro, like if you don't like how the club's being run, just leave. Just leave. But oh, I remember no club wants you because of your attitude, fam. It's not because they don't want you. Like you're 1 year old, two you're like your attitude is just a problem because we've seen it in United, we've seen it in Madrid, and three, the club has to build its system around you, who's a dead striker, who's not even the same striker he was back in the day. The killer instinct ain't there. The first touch is a bit spooky. The technical ability has not been there for the longest period of time. So really, and the wage bill. No, a lot of clubs in Europe don't want to pay you the 300K or the 400K you're asking for, my guy. Only the Saudis have that money. And plus, you got extra cash because you're the shareholder. Why you complaining, bro? Like CR7 is a billionaire, but the way he moves as if he's still that 17-year-old kid who got fucked up teeth, bro. And just debuting for Man United, he still thinks he's that kid, bro. Like he's the most insecure billionaire athlete I've ever seen, bro. I'm just saying. Like Floyd Mayweather is insecure, but at least like he'll sue a company that owes him money. That's how petty he is. You know, CR7 is super petty for what he's doing, bro. Because like you're given the kingdom, they allowed you to bring your wife, which is something that's never been done in any Arab country, Muslim country. Like you've been given privileges that only God can give another person, bro. And you've been treated like a god, and that's just spoiled you. It's spoiled your character. It's made you rotten from the inside. Maybe him losing a youngin kind of changed him, made him a bit bitter in a way. And also seeing Messi win the World Cup made him crash out. I'm telling you now, it made him nuts. I believe he lost his mind when the GOAT won the World Cup, because that's my football goal. Messi's my football goal. Ronaldinho second, R9 third, and then CR7 fourth. That's just how I view it. But listen, we're not talking about debates of the GOAT, because we already know who the GOAT is. And that's Lanal. It'll always be Lanal, man. Like CR7, he needs to stop this diva act, bro, because it's getting old. You're too old. You're not that good anymore, and you don't you're not providing us with consistent performance for you to justify this behavior. So CR7, bro, take a chill pill, blood. Take a step back, my guy. And even in the Portuguese team, don't start for Portugal in the World Cup. You're gonna bring them back to that same last World Cup where you were starting every game and you benched. That's the same thing that's gonna happen, bro. I'm just saying, like, just come on as a rotational player as the game win in the dying minutes. The last 20 minutes when it's 0-0, 1-1. Use your XP for those things, bro. Just be a team player, man. The thing about CR7 is he's never been a team player. It's always been about himself. Because about with CR7, it's about him and his brand first, his family second, like then the football team third. That's how CR7 has lived, bro. Messi has always lived for football first, family second. And with football first, he puts the team first. He doesn't put himself over the team, bro. That's why Messi has the success he does, bro. It is. Like Messi in every team he's played for has won the league. Ronaldo, yeah, won the League of Madrid, won the League of Juve, won the League of with United, but he's never won the League of Al Nassr, bro. In a Saudi Farmers League, he's never won the league. That just shows you, bro. That just shows he's won cup trophies, but everything that Ronaldo's doing in his football career right now is just chasing that goal record that Pele holds. That's it. Like he just wants that goal record and the World Cup, which you won't get. Not a chance, bro. Not a chance. So yeah, man, we got Kante going to Fenerbahce. My guy N'Golo Kante just signed a nice deal, setting him up for until the 2028 contract. So it's a 2-year deal. Um, yeah, man, that's a good signing for Kante, making the Saudi bread. Kante is probably one of the all-time greats in the CDM role in the world football. One has won everything, has achieved everything. I still think Caicedo is better than Kante in terms of technical ability and the passing range. Kante is a very good engine, very good destroyer, if you may. He's like one of the best destroyers in world football, man. If anywhere in the pitch, you'll just see Kante because his gas tank is that elite. His gas tank is that elite. So it's a good signing for Kante going to Fenerbahce. Benzema has just signed for Al Ahly. Um, you know, he just left the Saudi team right now, so he wants to sign for another Saudi team. So Benzo just getting that bag. He's not complaining. Kanto and Benzema are not complaining about anything. They're just living life because they've achieved everything in football. Ronaldo has achieved everything in football, but still complains like a little bitch. It's just I'm just speaking facts, bro. These CR7 fanboys need to stop sucking on this guy's glizzy. I'm just saying they need to stop it, bro. This guy doesn't care about half of his fan base. He doesn't. He doesn't, bro. So why would the CR7 fans die for this guy? Why? Why? Like he's giving you extreme highlight reels and he's made you shit over and prove he's made you guys basically glamorize him and idol worship him over Messi fans. It's stupid. It's pointless. It's just dumb. It's just dumb, man. We got Kante and Benzo just signing deals, making money, bro. Living life. Two Muslim brothers living life, bro, in Saudi, bro. That's just how it is, bro. That's just how it is for them. Why can't CR7 have the same chill and same calm as these two brothers? I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, like, it's legit. It's legit a crybaby. It's giving me rich boy spoiled vibes, bro. CR7 has just been over spoiled his whole career, and now we're seeing the crash out of those things. You know. You spoil someone for too long, certain things happen. And this is what's happening now. And also he just lost a child. So his mind his brain is not there, bro. Like he's not okay. Ever since Tenog made him crash out, bro, he ain't been the same, bro. Mentally, mentally and physically, he's just not been the same. Now he's going to the White House, having to kiss the orange man's ass because he wants a World Cup to be rigged for him. Hey man, it's just we're just seeing a crash out. We're just seeing a crash out. And yes, I believe the last World Cup was rigged for Messi because just for entertainment purposes. Because sports is gonna be sports entertainment first. You know, Messi winning the World Cup was good for football and its brand and the storyline for Messi's story. And of course, Messi is just he's easier to work with. Ronaldo, with his personality and his ego, I just wouldn't think he'd be easy to work with. He'd make it very hard for Portugal to rig the tournament for him because he just wants the spotlight of everything. The man damn near took the credit of someone's goal by a deflection and started celebrating. That's just shameless behavior, bro. Shameless behavior, bro. Like if Ronaldo wins the World Cup, that's when I know football is officially a rigged sport. I've known football has been a rigged sport for the longest period of time, but like I'm not. This is not even me just hating, bro. Like the rightful team should be winning the World Cup. The best team, Portugal, have the best team on paper, but their coach is dismal. Roberto Martinez is dismal. This is how I'm gonna say it, man. We got 30 minutes live on this chat. 30 minutes left. You know, 30 minutes left on this live. Like football in itself is decaying. I've been saying this. The fact that we gotta talk about people like Endrick, Rashford, Garnacho. These are washed players. Washed players. And we're speaking about them, man. This is the state of football, man. This is the state of my favorite sport. This is what the state it's been in. Well, it's not football's not my favorite sport. My favorite sport is still boxing. I just I think football is like if there's a sport I love the most, it's football. That's just it, man. It's a very high IQ game sport. One I respect a lot. You know, like we just gotta keep it real, man. Even the transfer window in January was a bit dry. It was probably the worst January transfer window I ever seen in like a decade. I'm gonna keep it real with you. You know, nothing Hamilton Forest plotting a swap deal for Sancho. That's crazy. Hey man, Sancho's career's fallen off, man. Like, hey, playing for the likes of Chelsea, United, Dortmund, and now going to Forest. You just like things like this just make you wonder what's going on in football, man. What really is going on in football? It's a joke, bro. It's a joke. The last proper news we got from the sport is Zlatan retiring from football. Messi joining Inter Miami, City winning a treble, Jude Bellingham joining Madrid, even though Jude Bellingham is a mid player. This is just the downfall, and you know because the sport is no longer has any stars. And once Ronaldo and Messi retire, there'll be no stars. Mbappe can't carry the sport. Erling Haaland can't carry the sport. Jude Bellingham can't carry the sport. They just don't have the star factor that these two guys I just mentioned to you. Like, it was very hard finding topics to discuss. That's why I usually start off my topics with Manchester United. We got 25 minutes left on the live, 25 minutes. But yeah, man, like I posted a video on my Ballon d'Or list. 2000 Ballon d'Or list compared to the 2025 Ballon d'Or list. And if you watch that video on my channel, you can see that the standard and the quality has dropped dramatically. Dramatically. Um, we're not gonna get another striker like R9. We're just not. We're not gonna get another midfielder like Zizou, and we'll definitely not get another attacker like Messi. Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappe, they're not on that level. They stat merchants, but technically Their football ability, their football IQ is just not on the level of the three players I just mentioned to you. Gattuso's got better IQ than Erling Haaland, and he is a midfielder. Like Samuel Eto'o, he's got better IQ than Kylian Mbappe. And that says a lot. Says a lot. Like Eto'o was a poacher, and he won trophies. He actually he won two Champions Leagues. Mbappe has zero Champions Leagues, and he's playing for Madrid. Like let's just talk about Kylian Mbappe. Let's talk about Kylian Mbappe. Let's talk because his run of form in La Liga is not the same as Champions League. And we're gonna see in these playoff stages, we're gonna see if he really turns up in the big games. Because I personally don't believe that Kylian Mbappe is a it factor player. Like he's not. The fact that he didn't win Champions League last season with Carlo Ancelotti by his side. The fact that he hasn't, you know, he hasn't provided a highlight reel of performances to even consider this Real Madrid team a treble winning team. The fact that he can't perform, in a star level team and gets managers fired like Xavi Alonso just proves in itself that this kid has an ego problem at such a young age. And like, yeah, man, he's got 22 goals scored in La Liga this season. He's got 7 goals out of 13 for Champions League this season, but those games they're not winning. Like the one thing I'll say about CR7 is that he's a winner first. He'll score goals to win the game. Mbappe scores goals to keep his stats, looking nice. Mbappe scores goals for stats. He doesn't score goals to win. Let's just keep it real. Mbappe doesn't have the killer instinct to be carrying a team. CR7 has or had that killer instinct. You know, Samuel Eto'o had the killer instinct. If he didn't, he wouldn't have won a Champions League with Inter Milan. No, you think Mbappe is clean and you think he's good? Why didn't he win Champions League with PSG? Why couldn't he perform when he had Messi and Neymar in his team? Because that was his perfect chance of carrying the team. Because legit, PSG legit signed Messi on a PR stunt as if it was a passing of the torch, the goat passing the torch to Kylian Mbappe. That was basically why they signed Messi, and it still flopped. It still flopped. Like, let me see the stats for his last season for PSG. You know, he's the all-time leading goal scorer in PSG. 8 hat tricks, 175 goals, 57 assists in 205 appearances for PSG in League One. This is mediocre stats in a farmers league, bro. You understand that CR7 and Messi have more hat tricks, more goals, and more assists in a farmers league like the Spanish league. And in his last season, yeah, his last season, which was 23-24, he scored um 27 goals and 7 assists. And he was averaging a game ratio of, let's say, 8 out of 10 performance, 7 out of 10 performance. Still didn't win the Champions League. This guy only shows up for France. We just gotta keep it real. He's a French boy. He's a French boy first, football club second. Messi, Ronaldo, their club first, their national team even further. Them niggas were patriotic, but they kept their club form. That's what made them icons. And they're the reason why stats is a big thing in football because they broke every stat. But it's because of the ambition and the drive to be the best. I don't see the drive and the ambition from Mbappe, neither Haaland, to be the best. And a lot of these modern day players, they don't have the same drive as these old players. They just don't. We got 15 minutes left. And the reason why is because of social media, you know, the phones. This kind of ruined the players' ambition and the amount of money that these players are receiving. Because I guarantee you now, Messi Ronaldo one receiving the amount of cash that these Chelsea players are receiving on their first season. They were never signing 7-year contracts. No, they were the highest paid player in their team, but they earned it because of hard work and the ambition of being the best. Now, Chelsea players, that's the reason why Chelsea are the team they are in, because they have too much too early without it being earned. You can't give a 7-year contract to an 18-year-old Brazilian prospect making over 6 figures a week and expect him to perform every day of the week. He's got no ambition. Where's the ambition? Where's the drive? He has not earned that contract. You see, and this is Chelsea's ethos. This is why Chelsea will never succeed in the next 5 years, because they're running their club like it's an NFL team, like it's an NBA team. United, at least the Ineos, have dropped the wage bill, yes, and are signing players who they know have ambition to make United great again. This is why I believe we'll win a league title in the next 5 years before Chelsea do. I guarantee it. Manchester United will win a league title in the next 5 seasons before Chelsea. I guarantee it. Because our thesis and how we're building the club is based on hard work and ambition. And us dropping the wage bill just clarifies the statement. It justifies what I've just said now. Now, going back to Kylian Mbappe, you've given this guy, since he arrived to world football, he has been given the platter. He started for his national team. Yeah. He's been signed to a big team on loan. When he was in Monaco, he signed to PSG on loan at 18 years old, 19 years old. Already that gets to your ego. That gets to your psyche. Now, I don't personally believe he has the psychology and the IQ to balance that and ground himself. Because as it is, the motherfucker is from Cameroon. He ain't even from France. So he was basically groomed into being a part of the French team. And yeah, it's easy for Mbappe to play for the French team. Anyone who's an African immigrant and has citizenship for a European team that they know they can get in, of course they're gonna play for that European team. I'm not saying the youngin was wrong for choosing France over Cameroon. I'm just saying that we need to stop overhyping him and stop saying that he's the future of this generation. Like, okay, yes, he's one of the top dogs this generation, but he's not the future of football. Neither is Erling Haaland. Haaland, as a striker, needs other people to help him score goals. Now, the Erling Haaland we saw in Dortmund was creating his own goals because of the slow pace and the Farmers League that the Bundesliga is. But either way, he has the ability to be a maverick as a striker. But he's been conditioned and is too comfortable in the City system to the point where even when all these other players are not working and are not providing him, he doesn't create his own chances. I had a video where I showed you Luis Suarez scoring a hat trick from a halfway line, a volley, and a free kick. Erling Haaland will never do that in his career. Never. I'm sorry. Because he doesn't have the technical ability, nor the ambition, nor the hunger to carry a team. He just doesn't. You should see how Zlatan was carrying Sweden back in the day. Haaland will never carry Norway the way Zlatan carries Sweden like that. And I'm just sorry. He don't have that. He don't have the hunger. He don't have the dog in him. He's an aesthetically stat merchant, pleasing player. And that's what the modern day has gone to. Stat merchants, um, pleasing players who don't have hunger and ambition to be better. They don't. Like even in his treble season, where he won the treble Haaland and he scored over 63 goals, that was because of Riyad Mahrez, Jack Grealish. Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva. If he didn't have those players that I just mentioned to you, Haaland is not scoring 63 goals. It's just not. Messi scored 91 goals with the help of Xavi, Iniesta, and Busquets, but 91 goals in a calendar year. You can't teach that. That's pure hunger. That's pure aggression, tenacity to be the best. We just don't have the same energy of these modern day players. I'm sorry. We got five more. We got 10 minutes left. 10 minutes. Like this is a problem, and that's why football is decaying because we don't have these players anymore. João Felix, a journeyman, played for AC Milan, started off Atletico Madrid, played for Chelsea, went to Benfica. Yes, now is in Al Nassr in Saudi, and he's not even 20. He's not even 20. He's not even 27. Not even 28. He's not even in the prime of his career. Yet he's in a farmers league. Ladies and gentlemen, that just proves to you that there are no stars in football anymore. Everyone who's a potential star gets paid too much money too early, and it takes away their ambition. It does. Like, how is João Felix a journeyman at 29, 28? How is Jaden Sancho a journeyman at before even 28, 29? These guys haven't hit their prime, and yet they're hopping on team after team after team as if they're carrying the team. Listen, Ronaldo played R9, played for Madrid, AC Milan, Inter Milan. Yes, played for PSV. PSV, which he scored 35 goals in his first season. Played for Barcelona. Never won the Champions League. Never won the Champions League, but it's got two Ballon d'Ors and a World Cup. But was constantly nominated for Ballon d'Or for 10 years straight. Why is that? Why is that? Because he's naturally gifted. He's tenacious. He has the aggression. He has the hunger. He has the ambition to be the best. You don't see that in Brazil football anymore. The last player in Brazil football to match R9's energy, Ronaldinho. The last modern day player to match both of their energy, Neymar. Rodrigo and Vinicius Juniors, good players, but they don't have the same consistency as Neymar did. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They just will never be like Neymar. Enrique, not even close to Neymar's ability. Not even close. I'm convinced Neymar was a better technical player than Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho had flair, had six-star skills, most entertaining player. But Neymar, if you see from his stats and the way he plays, was just more complete than Ronaldinho. Is he better than Ronaldinho? I'll say no by 1%. He is 1% less than Ronaldinho. And that says a lot. Neymar was robbed of a Ballon d'Or because he grew up in the CR7 and Messi era. And the Ballon d'Or, we know how the Ballon d'Or favorites, it favors players who make football money. Now Messi and Ronaldo made football tremendous money in the last 2 decades. So has Neymar. But because Messi and Ronaldo are bigger names than Neymar, they had to give the Ballon d'Or to either Messi or Ronaldo. That's just it. In the treble season that Barca won, Neymar, in the big games where Messi and Suarez didn't show up, was the man of the match. I think he was the man of the match in the final where they beat Juventus 3-1. But either way, like there's moments of magic that Neymar has provided that no one in modern day football will ever provide, especially under the Messi and Ronaldo era. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Nope. Nope. Neymar deserves a minimum of 3 or 4 Ballon d'Ors from the way he plays football, bro. We got 5 more minutes left. 5 more minutes. So we gotta stop the debate of Cole Palmer, you know, and the likes of Kaká. We're gonna stop the debate of Vinicius Junior, Neymar, Haaland and R9, Kylian Mbappe and CR7. It's not even close, people. It's not. It's not. It's sad for me to even say this because I love football. I do. I'm an ex-footballer myself. won trophies. I understand the mentality and the physicality needed for the sport. I've been in the grind where I've been in school training. Sometimes even I've lost the childhood just training because that's how passionate I am. That's how much hunger and ambition I have for the sport because I want to win. These modern day footballers, they don't want to be great. They don't want to win. They just want to make their bread, post their vlogs, and go home. And go home. They just want to make their bread, post their highlights, score their stats. But if they don't care about not being nominated for Ballon d'Or, they don't care about not being in the contenders for Player of the Week, Player of the Month. Do you know how many Player of the Weeks and Player of the Month CR7 and Messi have? It's ridiculous, bro. The amount of hat tricks they have, the amount of times they've scored 4 goals, 5 goals, it's insane. We're not gonna see that again. Forget about it. If you're hoping to see stars like that in the from the 2000 era, from the 80s era, from the 70s era, you're gonna forget about it. This is why FIFA is the way it is. In general, sports is the way it is. Sports is decaying slowly. NBA, NFL, slowly. And most people don't even have the attention span to even pay attention. They see stats, wow, what a goal. Move on. Move on. They don't see the way I see it. I'm dissecting, analyzing everything. And from what I've witnessed in the last 5 years, I don't have a goat for this era. I just don't have a goat. Kylian Mbappe is not my goat. Haaland is not my goat. João Felix, Cole Palmer, they're not my goats. How could we consider them goats of the sport? Yeah, they've won a few trophies, they've scored a certain level of goals, but the sport is an art. It's an art form. These guys are not artists, they are robots. Messi's an artist, Ronaldo's an artist, R9 is an artist, Zizou, Dennis Bergkamp. The list goes on. They are artists, pure footballers, pure technicians. You know what? I'm done. I'm done. I'm done, guys. Listen, shout out to everyone that pulled up. We appreciate it, man. Appreciate the love. May 2026 be the best year of your life, man. And may God bless you in whatever it is you do. Peace.